This is a demonstration of GeoSketch inferencing and the TextureFace tool. We'll set our flat roof parameters to be parapet, and we're going to extrude from the roof down. Then we'll use the line tool to digitize the profile of this more complex building. First, we'll measure the height of the building so that we can digitize the profile up at the roof line. And we'll see that it's about 210 feet tall. We'll set that as our default height. Now we'll digitize the profile. We'll start here using the line tool, and as we do our line, we'll see that the GeoSketch inferencing is based on how the geometry will project from the 2D image space into the 3D modeling space. So that corner is not 90 degrees in the image space, but when we project it into the modeling space, it will be 90 degrees. This next corner is not. And then when we get around to here, we'll go back to having 90-degree corners. And then we'll switch to the arc tool and close the end of the arc, and our inferencing also tells us when that arc is tangent to the adjacent edge, and then it will be extruded down to the ground with a parapet roof. One problem that we see is that some of the faces are obscured by other buildings. There's a tool called the TextureFace tool to correct that. We can select a face, and then using the TextureFace tool we can use the arrows to move to a different oblique view and use that for texturing it. And we have the ability to edit the mapping of the texture so that it matches the geometry. We can grab points or the whole shape and move it, and then it applies that texture. We also have the ability to copy a texture from one face to another. We'll preserve the mapping, and if you know that your building is symmetrical, you can copy the texture over to another face. In the case of this curved surface here, we select that, we show the mapping. Because of the curvature of the angle between the facets, they were textured from different aux views, but we can override that using the TextureFace tool. We see that we can see that whole curved surface in this aux view, so we'll select that, and now when we say to texture that, we can take all the faces, adjust them, and then apply them so that we have a smooth texture across that curved surface.